Early intervention it has to be between 0 to 3 years old. And if we catch them at that age, we're able to help the family, empower the family, and then the family can actually be that interventionist for their child. And that's what we do at ECI.
We also administer developmental screenings for children, and that's very important because those screenings can identify early on any developmental delay, and we can make sure that those children are linked to support services that can help them in those delays.
Good morning. This is Lance Kelly. I'm here at Texas A&M International University in Laredo, Texas, speaking this morning with Eric Castillo of Project Niños. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning,
Glad to have
Mr.
you
Lance.
here this morning. So share a little bit about your role with Project Niños and how you're involved in promoting early childhood intervention, or ECI, enrollment.
So my name is Eric Castillo. I'm with the ECI Project Niños, and I'm a child find coordinator. And I'm also SLPA, which is speech language pathologist assistant. And I play a lot of roles in the company, but one of the main missions that we have for me right now and for the company is to kind of find all the families that are in the Laredo area, Webb County area, in South Texas, between Laredo all the way to Corpus Christi, which is a large span of area, identifying the children that really need the services for early intervention. And the age group that we work with is 0 to 3.
So making sure that every child in Laredo gets that strong start and identifying and addressing developmental challenges early. Describe some of the unique challenges that families in Laredo face regarding early identification of developmental delays or disabilities.
One of the challenges is that in our culture, we tend to wait and see. They'll grow out of it. This is not a problem yet. And sometimes because of that, the problem might be missed, right? Mm-hmm. So if the doctors or
never get addressed.
If they don't get addressed by the doctor, by the parent, by the nurse, by the preschool teacher or the daycare teacher, then we miss out on that early identification. So one of the missions right now is to actually train the daycare teachers, educate the parents on developmental milestones, red flags, stuff that they can identify, and maybe have a second opinion right on the bat, not waiting too long to actually seek out help. And I think one of the problems is that sometimes the miscommunication and the parents maybe not having that he'll grow out of it. Yeah. They don't have the awareness. And then by the time they know, they miss out on the window for intervention between 0 to 3. Early intervention it has to be between 0 to 3 years old. And if we catch them at that age, we're able to help the family, empower the family, and then the family can actually be that interventionist for their child. And that's what we do at ECI.
So this screening is the word that comes to mind, right?
Yes, correct.
So if we're helping these parents, community members, teachers, extended family, even healthcare professionals, screen and identify these delays early, how is Project Niños working with those professionals, even health professionals, to help these families understand age-appropriate expectations and guide their children towards ultimately, which is going to come a couple of years later, school, right? So school readiness.
So one of the beautiful things about Laredo is that it's a small community still. So we have a lot of good communication with a lot of the community partners that are having the same ideas to educate and to make the families in our community aware. So one of the beautiful things that we've been doing lately is collaborating a lot. And so when we collaborate, we provide awareness and presentations to these families, to the stakeholders at large, and we start learning about each other's resources. So when we are able to screen and provide the screenings throughout the different agencies, we're able to identify each other. Hey, I found this child that has this need, and then I'm like, you know what? I found this family that has the need, and then we're gonna cross refer. So that way, the tools that we have in our community are being utilized effectively.
Right.
So I think that's one of the beautiful things that we've been doing lately is collaborating with our community partners, the physicians, the different agencies, and trying to use each other's resources to maximize each other's, opportunities to help a family.
What would be some examples of awareness, right? Working together is a great theme here. How do you get them aware in the first place that this exists so that they can get involved and do the early screening and participate in these programs? Give us some examples of the awareness or avenues of awareness that you're putting out there in the community.
One of the collaborations we have recently is that we actually teamed up with another partner of ours, is SCAN. They're going to come in right on a little bit, Ms. Perez, and she helped us a lot by providing staff to provide the actual screenings.
And does SCAN stand for something?
I can't say it off the top of my head, but yes, SCAN.
It's an acronym.
It's an
SCAN.
SCAN.
Okay.
Sorry. So when Ms. Perez comes here, she'll tell you exactly what it stands for. But I mean, yes, we work very, very closely with SCAN, and so what we do is that we provide presentations for the families that they have.
Right.
A lot of their families. So we educate them on child developmental milestones, on red flags, and then we educate them on what to do if they identify any of those needs, So, and at the same time, they can go get screened by their workers, And also, one of the beautiful things is that we're also creating, trainings with ASQs, which is screening trainings for other community members as well, so that they can all be equipped with the tools to screen.
I love it. So that's what you're doing today. So looking ahead, what are your goals for early childhood intervention enrollment component of Project Niños?
So I guess one of the beautiful and things that I keep on saying beautiful because this is a beautiful mission. I've been here 14 years, right? So the mission is to identify, right, and to educate and to, collaborate and to have a beautiful future for our kiddos, right? Because a lot of them sometimes when they don't get the proper intervention at an early age, they suffer more when they get to school. So one of the things that we do is that we want to make sure that they have that avenue of success early on so that the family, the child, the community has more success in the future.
By getting those folks to care in the first place.
Yes, correct.
Number one. And number two, know that the programs are there to help that child be successful today, not let's see what happens tomorrow.
Yes, exactly.
Right? Excellent. So how do you plan to build on the successes you've achieved so far to ensure more children in Laredo receive the early support that they need?
So one of the things that we're doing is providing presentations in different scenarios. So like we'll go to the library. We'll go to the city department, health department. We'll provide a presentation at a school function where there's large mass of people that they can hear it. And I always tell them, this information might not serve you right now, but you never know. You might know that next kid, that next family that needs these services, and you can reach out and be like, hey, I know somebody can help you out. Instead of like, oh, it's not for me, I don't need to know about it. Right. So I give them that approach. I always tell them during those presentations.
Yeah. So zooming out from Laredo for a second and even from Texas, how are you getting these programs known on a national scale?
So ECI will exist all over the nation. And I know we have here in Texas for sure, we're doing great by promoting child find forums. We have child finds from every region in Texas. And I know that nationally, they're having the same branding. Like they want to make sure that the families know about it early on. Like the outreach material is free. There's no like, oh, I don't have funds to go get brochures and all these different ways to market. And since we're nonprofit, we're able to get those marketing materials for free. And I'm pretty sure throughout the nation, that's the case.
They do it too. And you're going to Atlanta soon.
Yes, correct.
Tell me about that.
Atlanta is going to be an eye-opener for early education when it comes to numeracy, right? When learning numbers at a very
numeracy, right?
Learning numbers at a very early age.
Okay. And
as a father, I know that played a major role in my child's development, my children's development, because I actually sat down with them early on, counted everything, even when they were nonverbal and they were like little infants, and I would hold their hand and I'd be like, oh, this is 1 orange, 2 oranges. And they're like, the people were like, what are you talking about? Why are you talking to them about that? They don't even know what's going on. But I've seen the impact you can have on a child's brain if you start, using numbers, letters, sounds, different types of stimulation. And the children's brain is ready to go. I mean, if you know what you're doing, you can make a huge impact on that child's
even
life.
before they're born, right?
Even before they're born. Yeah,
The
exactly.
mother's singing and having good conversations,
Yeah.
and that's how they associate with the mother, right? Because they've been listening, so to speak, in the womb. But even when they come out, you continue that process, 0 to 3 years,
0 to 3
right?
years old.
Even though they're not saying, okay, here's 1, 2, and 3, but they hear you talking about it, and then we do what? We mimic, right?
Exactly.
And so it sounds like you had some success with your children doing that.
Oh yes, I have a beautiful story for you, real quick.
Tell me.
So my uncle, he's a great grandfather, right? He just became a great grandfather on Thursday of last week. So before the baby was born, he would always be around my cousin, where she was like, pregnant, and he's loud. He laughs a lot.
Yeah.
He has a
He's
beautiful
a big presence.
Big presence.
Yes.
The first thing that the little baby did when he was born, Marcelo, shout out to little Marcelito. When he was born, he heard my uncle's voice, and he opened his eyes and he just turned his head, and he's like, I know that voice.
Yes.
And it was magical. My uncle was like, I was, wow.
You're moved.
I was like, wow, I can't believe that he actually looked at me because of the presence,
Yeah.
like
You
the
recognize
sounds and the he laughs a lot. So I'm pretty sure it's something beautiful when you can teach a parent, a family member, somebody in the community, the impact that you can have on a child if you know what to do, what to look out for, and if you're aware about all the things that are out there for you.
We often joke they're little sponges, right? Even when they're nonverbal, like you're talking about,
Yes.
they're still picking up, they're listening, they're learning, they're listening to you count, and that builds on the success in Project Niños that we've been talking about this morning. Of it's never too early to start. Go ahead and start, right? Don't kick the can down the road and wait and hope, right?
Yeah.
That things will turn out, and get involved because the programs are out there, right?
There's a lot of services and programs out there.
Perfect.
And I think we're getting better at it. I think as a society, we're starting to learn that there's so many opportunities every single day to either get better, identify, to grow as a person, not only on a educational level, but also just like thinking, you know what, there are more resources out there. I can do it. I can have an impact on my own family if I really want to. And when you're seeing all these different programs come up, you're like, well, I can use that. I know my aunt can use that. This program right here is for somebody else. And then when you have your toolbox, I always use that analogy. If you have your toolbox and you go to it every single day, you know what you have in there. But if you have your toolbox and you hardly ever use it, like sometimes myself, I'm not that handy. And I remember that I'll open the toolbox and I'll forget, I had this tool. I forgot I had that tool. But if you're constantly going to your toolbox, you're going to know exactly what you have and when you're going to need it and how you're going to use it.
So for those out there, and let's wrap up on this, who want to add more tools to their toolbox, what are some examples, resources, websites? Where should people go to find out more information?
So go to ECI Project Niños on social media.
ECI Project Niños.
ECI Project Niños is our social media, and you can get a lot of information there. But if you go to ECI Texas, there's so many presentations there of all sorts. They can teach you on early intervention, brain development, all the different resources that are out there. If you're a teacher, if you want to get a little bit of education on how to work with children, there's presentations on that and trainings. They're free. They're free training, and you get free CEUs. And if you're a parent, you just want to get more information, go to ECI Texas, and you'll get all that information. All right. And it's all free. Yes.
.org, .com?
It will be under .org, I believe
EDU?
so. If you just type it on Google, it'll come out. Yeah, ECI Texas.
Yeah, and they'll find it.
And it'll be under Texas Health and Human Services.
Okay. Great. Good deal.
Yeah.
All right. Eric, thank you. Enjoyed our time this morning. Yes.
Appreciate it.
I'm here with Gabriela Perez, who is with Project Hopes. Good afternoon, Gabriela.
Good afternoon.
Welcome.
Happy to be here.
Thank you. So tell us, what is Project Hopes? And Hopes is an acronym?
Yes, HOPES is an acronym, which means Healthy Outcomes through prevention and early support.
Okay.
This is a program that we have. It's a home visiting program. So we provide parenting training to parents or caregivers that have children 0 to 5. And we provide, support for the caregivers by providing educational sessions with an evidence base that is called Safe Care. And this is a wonderful program that SCAN has been providing for more than 11 years in our organization.
Okay. And you mentioned SCAN. What does SCAN stand for?
Yes, SCAN stands for Serving Children and Adults in Need.
Okay.
We are a nonprofit community agency here in Laredo. We provide more than 40 programs here that are cost-free to our community. And they involve since prevention, intervention, treatment, and peer recovery support. We have a wide variety of services that we provide, all cost-free for the community.
That's tremendous.
Yes.
So ensuring that every child in Laredo has a strong start early requires this identification of potential challenges. So what unique barriers do families in Laredo face when providing a strong start in life?
Yes, I think that there are several barriers, I think, but one of the most, I would say, significant barriers consist of access to our services, access to some of our many of the programs, not only through SCAN, but through maybe other community agencies. I think the access and people in our community being aware of the services that are available to them. I think that is precisely some of the barriers, the access. So precisely, I feel that we acknowledge and identify that barrier, and this is the reason that at SCAN, we have made sure that we can have programs that actually can do home visiting, right? That can go to the parent's home and in this way be able to work through some of those barriers.
Right.
And by going through home, we are again not needing parents to use any type of transportation, because I believe transportation can also be a big barrier, especially when you have young children and traveling and being around with them. So that, I believe, is some of the most important barriers, I believe, we
getting
have.
out to the community to visit them versus
Yes.
trying to get them
to come
visit
to
you.
us.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So what are some of the key strategies that Project Hopes is implementing to promote a strong start in life and increase the support available to families?
Yes. So the strategies, again, is going to their homes. That's definitely one. So in that, we are, again, increasing that access so parents do not have to move and they have everything there. Besides, with the intervention, with the evidence-based curriculum that we implement, it is called Safe Care. And Safe Care, it's been around for many years, and outcomes of implementing Safe Care are really, really very good in terms of providing skills to caregivers related to their children's health, safety, and parent-child interaction. So these are, evidence-based curriculums that we provide at the home, and where we can practice with a caregiver. We are there with the caregiver and the child in the moment, and introduce new skills, information that is very important to foster the child's development in a way that it promotes their health, their safety in their environment, and of course, that parent-child interaction, which is so important.
Yeah. Let's talk about school readiness for a minute. So fostering school readiness also includes emotional and social development. How is the SCAN program working to help parents develop their child socially and emotionally to prepare them for school readiness?
Yes.
So they walk in day one I got this.
Yes, absolutely. These program and other programs that we have, and I do want to mention these other programs that are also part of our early childhood programs. We have this, which is the HOPES program. We also have a program that's called the Texas Home Visiting Program, which also is a home visiting but implements another curriculum that is geared to our babies. 5 months to 18 months. So that also implements a curriculum that's also designed for social and emotional development.
Right.
So I want to include that program as well because those programs, again, the importance is that they're done at the home of the caregiver. Also, there's an opportunity to look at what are the family's needs. What do they need?
Right.
So we are able, through these programs, are able to notice what are needs that the child may have, and especially also the parents. There may be some financial needs that they're needing for their home. There may also be going through maybe some difficult behaviors with their children, so that we, in addition to providing this curriculum and this support, we also can provide case management and referral services. So this way, we can provide the caregivers with support in their, development of their children and how they can best be ready. And the reason that these are programs that are for 0 to 5 years old, which we know are fundamental in the basis for a child's development.
Because you want them to be socially and emotionally ready
Yes.
to start school, and that foundation goes to the form. I want to say foundational years. There's a good word
Yes,
in there for it, right? So
absolutely.
2, 3, 4 to make sure they're happy, make sure that they're socially prepared for
Correct.
sitting in a classroom with other
Yes.
kids, interacting with them on the playground,
Yes.
eating lunch with them at the cafeteria, and feeling like they fit in and belong and can have some fun while they're there, while they're learning.
Absolutely. And as we know, infant and early childhood development, it's always in the context of the relationships with our primary caregivers. So really, when you are providing any support for early childhood and social and emotional development, we always have to provide support to the caregiver, because the caregiver is important that she is, also has all the resources she can, also her own mental health as well, her own, stability in terms of so many areas. So this is the reason that when we provide these services at the home, we're able to look at the whole context of the child's environment and make sure that we can access or help caregivers, link them to additional resources that are going to support that child's development. And we know that early intervention for any developmental delay that may be identified, it is so important. Right. So besides the educational curriculum that we implement, we also administer developmental screenings for children 0 to 5, and that's very important because those screenings can identify early on any developmental delay, and we can make sure that those children are linked to support services that can help them in those delays.
Let's talk about that for a second, because
Sure.
how are collaborating with these healthcare providers, community organizations, and other stakeholders to educate families about the importance of a strong start as well as social and emotional development. So you mentioned screening.
Yes.
How else are you collaborating with the healthcare providers and other community organizations?
Absolutely. We have strong partnerships, for instance, with Early Childhood Intervention, ECI, with the Laredo Public Health, because, for instance, we want to be able to reach out to caregivers wherever they are, and also being able to link them to those support services that are available in the community. For instance, we have a partnership with our local WIC office, and every week, SCAN and our early childhood programs are there available to offer developmental screenings for children. And that is very important. We've had great success with that partnership. And we're very, very grateful that we're able to collaborate in this way. Because again, we want to go where the parents are and not wait for them to come to us. So we do these outreach opportunities to be able to provide those early intervention, things that we can do to identify early and be able to provide support for the development of the child. In addition, we also have another program within SCAN, that's the Family Resource Center, that also partners with different local agencies to provide, again, promote developmental screenings or family outings, where again we support parenting trainings that we offer also within that program. So we definitely it's very important for us to consolidate those partnerships to make sure that we are, working together towards helping our children here.
So looking ahead with SCAN in mind, what are your goals in terms of increasing enrollment in early support services?
Yes. Our goal is to definitely increase our, local agencies and childcare providers that we can partner. We do have a council that we have started, and it's the Infant and Early Childhood Wellness Council. So we meet quarterly in this council, and we also have newsletters that are bi-monthly that are distributed to all our members. And we have tremendous, we're very, very happy with the success that we've had through that council meeting, and we're hoping that members, that we increase membership with the council, but also that we continue to develop projects and partnerships that support early childhood and school readiness.
So how do you plan to build on your successes to ensure more children in Laredo achieve the social and emotional development they need to be school ready?
Yes. We at SCAN are, again, making sure that we are able to promote all our services and programs that we have available. And we want to make sure through our council meetings and through our partnerships and doing collaborative events, we're able to actually let people know about all the programs that we offer, especially as they are all free to our community. And we have been able to actually do events here, for instance, with Texas A&M International University. We've done developmental screening and beyond projects where we collaborate and, again, offer the services and all the resources in events that we can promote. So we want to be able to continue and increasing those collaborative partnerships with events that are for the community in different sites along here in our community.
Excellent. So for our viewers, where would they go to find out more information, online or through socials?
Yes, we have our website, www.scan-inc.org, and our number is 956-724-3177.
Okay.
And we are locally here. We are also serve other counties in our community, but we have many programs here in Webb County and happy to assist.
Okay. And social media?
Social media, we do have a Facebook, Instagram that is SCAN, so that they can search Serving Children and Adults in Need or SCAN. And we have Instagram account, and we have Facebook. We have several social media accounts as well.
Excellent.
Yes.
So everybody can find out all they need to on Project Hopes.
Yes.
Through these avenues. Very good.
Absolutely.
Very good. Gabriela, thank you for spending time with us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And for more information, be sure to like, subscribe, and follow the links below. Thank you.